Destructuring props is a common practice in modern React development. It helps us to improve the readability of our code. It reduces repetition of code and it makes the code cleaner. So here we have a user profile component, and before we normally just, if you want to pass props into these components, you will place the props here inside the function parameter here, and then inside the div you just state out passing the props here. I have to use props.name. After all this, let's give a div, and then let's give a div here, and then we'll pass in a props for styling. So this is how we also pass in props for styling, and then we're saying that this div will hold hello and then to call the name. So if you notice here, you see that there's a lot of repetition of codes here because we're constantly repeating props. So here now, the way I can call it here inside the app component is I will just write it like this: called user profile into app component. So app component becomes the parent. To pass in the prop, I'll put in the prop attributes. So there's a name, there's an age, and then there's the email. So for the age, anytime you want to pass in numbers, you use curly braces. So let's say 30, and then at the styling here, let's just put font bold. There's a problem here. Okay, as you can see, there's a lot of names here, so I will change this to age, and then I will change this to email. Name is John, age 30, email, and then we're saying hello John. So the new way of doing it is using the destructuring method. So here we destructure props, we'll separate it. Instead of it to be props, we just separate and list it out what we need, and then styling. And then instead of putting props here, instead we remove the props. So if I save and I go back, is this method here, the destructuring props, makes this code easier to understand. So in the styling here, if I add a different styling, maybe for Excel, and I save, you see that it becomes hello John becomes bold.